But what I heard was be authentic to who you are.
Did the things that scared me, did the things that grew me, that got me out of my comfort zone, and that made me the person I am today. I had to rewrite a lot of stories that were hard to rewrite. I had to change personal relationships, I had to change conversations, because I had to change who I was to achieve a different result.
I think that's so powerful that you are able to kind of rewrite and redesign your mind over time so that now you could accept the new why you were doing what you were doing and had a clearer picture.
We have on average 60,000 thoughts a day. And of that, 95 to 98% is our subconscious.
Like, my job is to help you transform your life. I believe that you have all the resources within you to be the best version of yourself. That's what I truly believe. Hi, this is Curtis McCullom with the Curtis McCullom Show, where we kind of really talk with top CEOs and entrepreneurs and founders to share with you what it takes to be and become the best version of yourself. You know, as an entrepreneur, I always have an opportunity to talk to these individuals before and kind of have sometimes free master classes on things that I would never have privy to in the world. And so this is an opportunity for me to really connect with them, which is one of my highest values, really connecting with individuals from the heart. And today is no different. You know, by the way, Bespoke Human Potential Coaching actually sponsors this show. Bespoke help CEOs and founders and entrepreneurs kind of eliminate those blind spots. What is a blind spot? A blind spot is when you are having a successful year and something is just stopping you from actually breaking through. What is that thing? It's kind of dragging around. And most of it is so funny to me. Most of it is when it's because things that has happened to us in our childhood. I mean, I have a story to tell you. I won't tell you right now, but I'm telling you, when we release these blocks, what's keeping you from reaching your full potential, you'll be a free person. So if you're feeling stuck or like something is holding you back, don't wait, guys. This is not a time to wait. Get up, pick up, click on the link below, and schedule a clarity call with me. I'm harmless. I'm a good guy. I love people, so we'll have a good conversation regardless. And just use the link below, and let's uncover what's really standing in your way from moving forward. And by the way, if you are enjoying this show, don't forget to please like and subscribe and leave a review, because your support helps us help more people really, or who are really ready for a transformation and ready to transform their lives. Today, I have in studio with me Kaitlyn Cook. Kaitlyn and I, we spoke the other day, and I'm telling you, I've done maybe 100 episodes of this podcast, and she is one of the individuals that we just instantly bonded because we have a love for the same thing that's transforming people's lives. Since 2019, she's been dedicated to transforming and overwhelming complexity into elegant simplicity. You know, she helps six-figure and seven-figure business owners. So if that's you, you need to be listening today. Because what she does, she creates systems and scalable processes and help you entrepreneurs break free from the operational chaos and kind of forge a clear path to sustainable growth. I'm telling you, I spoke with her the other day, and I immediately started to put some of the things that we shared in practice. We were just talking, and just the ideas that she shared with me in the hour we spoke. We normally speak about 30 minutes, but we kept going on and on and on. I'm telling you, you might want to stop, and you might want to re-listen to this podcast over and over, like I did. Just the interview that we had with her, I listened to it over and over. I had my wife listen to it. I had a friend of mine, Coach Kev, Mental Coach Kev. You can hit him up. I had him listen to it. I sent out just the pre-interview to other people. That's how impactful it was to me. So I hope this is impactful for you today. Kaitlyn, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Curtis. That is such a lovely intro. I'm so glad that the conversation we had the other day truly impacted me as well. smiling for days after that. It's just so nice when you vibe with somebody who has a very different life, different story, but fundamentally we have very succinct values, and I love that.
And that's what it's all about. You know, one of the things that you shared with me, and I really took it to heart. And one of the things was, you may have not said it directly, but indirectly, this is what I heard. Obviously, our perceptions basically drawing this stuff. But what I heard was, be authentic to who you are, and just be you, and be okay with that. You know, and I've been struggling with that as a coach for the last 3 or 4 years. And I've been trying to figure out, okay, what the heck, who am I, what I do, and all this stuff. And you know what? I'm looking for people who are looking for me, who's looking for authentic being that can and will transform your life in an authentic way, and be me being me. If I'm tired of the chaos, I'm tired of the jungle, I'm tired of, try to get likes. That's not important to me. If I can touch your life today, that's what's most important to me. And that's what you taught me in that hour we spent the other day.
Oh, I love that. And I think because of our conversation, you have such a kind heart, and you truly just want to transform people's lives. So the more you're authentic, the more people will learn and know that they can be authentic too. So I'm really glad that you got that from our conversation.
Oh man, it's beautiful. Now, so I want you to share with the audience kind of your journey. I mean, you have a fascinating journey, and believe it or not, our journeys kind of mirror each other a little bit. But you found your purpose much earlier than I found mine. So, but share with the audience a little bit about your journey, and how did you become who you are today, and helping 6- and 7-figure earners actually scale their businesses.
So my journey, it's a long one, but so from the very start, when I was 16, that's when I started helping people at a broker firm achieve their financial goals. So that unlocked something within me when I started working there, helping people achieve goals. And then I worked in the bank, which was my absolute dream job. I always wanted to work in the bank, and I worked there for 7 years, and I was a business specialist. And it was there that I was able to work with businesses of all sizes, all people of walks of life, different stages, different industries, and they would walk through my door and they'd be like, Kaitlyn, I want to do marketing for my business. I'm like, sure, sit down, let's build you a roadmap. And so that was me every day for 3 years in that role. And so I got to really understand the mind of a CEO at any level. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And people would come to me and they'd say, Kaitlyn, I'm stuck. And I'd be like, that's all right, I can get you unstuck. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I was 23 when I started in this particular role in the bank. I'd been a branch manager at 22, and then I shifted. So from 23 to 26, I was a business specialist. And then somebody just left my office after I gave them the roadmap to get unstuck. And a colleague of mine came into my office and she said, hey, I just heard a quote. I want to share it with you. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And she said, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And then she walked out the door, and I was like
mic drop, huh?
I was like, you have no idea what you've just done to me. And then I would ask a question, because it had been formulating in the back of my subconscious for quite a while. And I was like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Like,
wow.
I literally achieved the height of what I could and wanted to at 26, but I feel like there's so much more, but I don't know what that is. So then she came in and I was like, that's it. I have to change.
Wow.
But I can't change my role because I didn't want to do, something above where I was. And so that's when I took a career break, and I worked my ass off to manifest a bonus. So I could, I took a career break, moved to the UK,
right.
Sold my house, sold my shares, everything. And I was like, I just need to know who I am. Because I had everyone around me said, you're going to be really good at the bank, and you should do this, and you should do this. So I had shoulds all over me. Shoulds was everywhere.
And that's what, and we were talking about that. I'm tired of people shitting on me.
Yeah, people were shooting on me everywhere, and I was letting them shoot on me. And I was like, who am I without these shoulds? So I literally I just dropped it all. I just dropped everything. I let everything I had ever known in my entire life, I had just gotten rid of it. I let it completely go. And over the span of 2 years, I lived in the UK, and I worked entry-level jobs. I worked at Deliveroo, and I worked at Monzo It was a beautiful, beautiful transition of my life.
Right.
It was very hard. I remember I was so broke at one stage because I'd sold everything and I was working. I was getting like £10 an hour.
Right.
So broke, I couldn't catch the bus home. I had to walk 2 hours.
Wow.
So it was in those moments I was like, cool, what can I do for 2 hours? And I started listening to people who inspired me. I started listening to podcasts. I started listening to motivational speakers and personal development experts to better understand how can I, find my purpose and not just walk 2 hours because I can't afford a bus. So then I met my now fiance, and I didn't ever think I was going to have a partner. I didn't think I was going to have children. So he opened my heart in a way it had never been opened before. And because of that, my visa ran up in the UK, and we either had to pay $7,500 for each other's countries, or we chose option C, which is let's just travel Southeast Asia and see if we can continue to be together, if our relationship will work.
Right.
So for that to happen, we had to earn money online. And I had never earned money online before. So I opened my laptop the day after we landed in Southeast Asia, January 2019. And I went, what the hell can I actually do to make money online? Like, what is this? And I literally just wrote down everything I have been paid to do before, everything I could do, everything I wanted to do.
Right. And
then after 6 weeks, I landed my first paying client. It was a business plan. I was like, oh, this is exciting. I got paid for, being online. And then a year after I started, I found out I was 4 months pregnant with Alfie after not knowing I was going to be able to have children. So that was a thing. And then, we're here now. It's a big transition.
So that was a journey. Now you ended up in Asia. Now you're pregnant, and so now you've been living. So what now motivated you to kind of move forward from there? Bespoke Human Potential Coaching sponsors this show. Bespoke helps CEOs, founders, and entrepreneurs get rid of those blind spots that they've been carrying around since childhood. So if you're stuck and have some blocks, click the link below for your clarity call or scan the QR code if you're on video. Let's get rid of those blinds. Now back to the interview.
Yeah. So in 2019, it was a pivotal year for me because it was the start of the business. It was being with Tom. It was traveling. It was learning to surf. It was having fun. It was literally having a life on your back.
Right.
So in that year, I earned 12 grand. That's it. And that was fine because I was in Southeast Asia. You had to buy coconuts, you could get some bintangs, it was fine. But then in January of 2020, this was just before COVID hit, and we found out we were pregnant, and we decided, we're going to be parents now. Something needs to change.
Right.
And 2019, it was full of fear. I was so full of fear, and I didn't want anyone to be mean to me online. I didn't want anyone to be like, no. So I was a people pleaser. So I was like, something has to radically change because I want my life to change, because I want this child and us to have a great life. So we moved to Australia, and we didn't have a home, we didn't have a visa, we didn't have any of that stuff. So we needed to make a significant amount more money in a very short amount of time. And so that's when I went, I'm not going to have more in one time. I have I'm pregnant. I'm 4 months pregnant. Didn't even know. I'm getting more pregnant by the day. I have less. I'm eating more than I ever have. I'm not sleeping as well. So I can't do more. I literally can't. And then when I have a newborn, he's not going to let me work, 12 hours a day. Okay, that's not possible. So I have to simplify it. I have to get super clear. What do I want? And how can I create this business, grow this business around a life that I desire now whilst, being pregnant and soon to give birth.
Right.
So I got really clear. And in the second year of business, after having Alfie as surprise pregnancy, I made $180,000.
Wow.
By working on average 2 hours in the middle of the day. Because I did the things that scared me. I did the things that grew me, that got me out of my comfort zone, and that made me the person I am today. And so the people I serve today, it's very much, if you're stuck, it's because you're comfortable. So let's do something that's a little bit more uncomfortable so you can grow in different ways.
Wow. I mean, and that's part of a big transformation. I mean, to go from $12,000 in 1 year, then to bounce up to 180. To me, okay, I'll tell you, like we said before, that's time out. Something else happened in between here, because no one goes from 12,000 to 180. You know, like sometimes people talk high level. I'm the type of guy who talks more detail. So what happened in your mindset that really triggered this new behavior?
There was so much unlearning about who I thought I needed to be, and I broke through a lot of that. And so when I say that, people are probably going to go, oh, that's easy for her to do and everything like that. It's not. It's possible for anybody. The reason I needed and wanted to do it was because I had a bigger why. But the thing is, with this, I had to move through a lot. I had to move through a lot of emotional patterns that were keeping me stuck. I had to rewrite a lot of stories that were hard to rewrite. I had to change personal relationships. I had to change conversations, because I had to change who I was to achieve a different result, which meant some people welcomed it and some people pushed it away. And that is what a lot of people don't talk about when you're wanting to change, you're wanting to manifest
Right.
big amount of money and grow your business and your income. Some people will support you and there'll be some people who won't. And, you get to decide if you want to continue down that road or not. So that is what I did. I went, right, what's my beliefs? What's holding me stuck? What do I normally respond to like this? How would I normally respond like this? And how do I want to respond? What type of woman do I want to be in this scenario? And if this conversation's making me uncomfortable, that's good. There's growth there.
Wow.
What do I want to say in this? And it was hard, especially being hormonally pregnant. I was like hormones, and it was a beautiful time to honestly create a new identity, because I was a new woman through the pregnancy and birth of my child.
Wow. That's so powerful, because part of my framework is get rid of the baggage first.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it, like the emotional patterns, the old stories. I have to change my mind. I have to set new boundaries, because of the fact that some people won't fit into my new paradigm of who I am. Is okay, which is okay. But we have to be okay with that. And I think that's so powerful that you are able to kind of rewrite and redesign your mind over time, so that now you could accept the new why you were doing what you were doing and had a clearer picture. Now, take us through, like, okay, an example of you clearing your mind, because the audience needs to know, what did you do and how did you do that?
So what I did is the first thing is I needed to get really clear on where I wanted to go. Because if I didn't know where I was going to go, I was kind of just like, man, I don't need to change because I don't really know where I'm going to go. So I'm just going to stay there. So I got really crystal clear on how much money I wanted to make that year. And this money tied into a house for us. It tied into furniture. It tied into us being able to go back to the UK at some stage, paying off debts, like putting money in the bank. It was a very large why. So it wasn't just a number. It meant more. It meant a lifestyle. And so from that, I literally wrote that down and went, right, now. And I speak to my mind now. I'm a friend with my mind. I wasn't always. So I will say, what are all of the subconscious beliefs that are saying to me, I can't do this? And then I will just sit there and write them all down. That's all I'm doing. Because every time I want to rise, anytime I want to rise up, anytime I want to increase, earn more money, do it easier, make things nicer, I let go instead of adding on. And that is my process. Get clear on what you want, and then just write down every single thought, which is just a barrier. That's the only thing holding you away. So I just write down the thought, what is this that's going on? And there'll be an emotional charge.
Yes.
And the emotional charge is normally latched onto a memory that we have. And that memory is connected to a person or ourselves. Yes. So for example, I wanted to earn a lot more money. But for me, I felt like that was greedy and wrong, because my parents come from farmers, and they would never have earned that amount of money in a year. And who am I to do that? So it was really going in and following that thought pattern and going, right, well, is it a bad thing if I earn this amount of money? No. How can it be good for me and others? And I had to just shift my perception of it and forgive myself, forgive them, forgive lots of people, and see it in a different way. So it took away that emotional charge that was holding me in that same pattern.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because part of that, that's kind of what I do as a transformational coach, is I help them kind of release that baggage quickly, easily, and effortlessly, and take it back to the beginning, the origin. Yeah. And even this morning, when I was kind of going back over what you shared with me the other day, one of the thoughts that came up when I was doing my intentions for today, it was like fear. I'm like, okay, fear. What am I afraid of? Is it something that I should be afraid of? Meaning, is it life-threatening? No. Okay. That means it's just something, false evidence appearing real. That means that it's not something that's going to kill me. So that means that I'm going to learn something from this. So I started to give myself new affirmations and new reframing that feeling that I was feeling this morning, because I'm like, okay, I want to have this new, I call it today, and thanks to you, a new beginning for myself, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, I need a new cleansing. I need a new mindset. How do I do it? I teach people how to do it, and I give others the power of transformation, but I was not truly using it for myself, which is a disservice to not only me, but to my clients and to other people. Because how can I be really effective and really truly help people unless I first, heal myself first? Yeah. And that's kind of what I was feeling. I mean, that's where I was today. And that was because of what you shared, exactly what you just shared, some of the parts of you just shared.
I love that. And I think, especially as coaches, it's a really, sometimes I don't want to get outside my comfort zone. Sometimes right. I'm scared and I just want to sit on the couch and eat a Tim Tam and just be like, I'm not doing life today. But it is my clients that push me or pull me to step up, to do that. Because the more I do that, the more they do that. And it's a circular of just, we've got each other's back, and it's so beautiful, because you don't always want to do things you don't want to do, and that's okay. And some days it'll be great and other days it won't. But I think if you can always go back to just the practices that work for you, because everyone's different. Like, there's so many different practices that will help us break down the barriers. But I definitely find at the start, you need to clear out quite a lot if you've never done it before. Yeah. But once you do that, it's just about maintenance and upkeep. And it's so much easier. And especially like for me, if I want to, manifest new clients or get to that, for me, it's always like, cool, what am I ready to release, to let go of, to move through, so that I can help others do the same.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I know that part of going back to what you just mentioned before. Now, I just want to kind of make sure everybody hear it. The power of your why. The power of your why you were doing what you were doing. And that's one of the challenges that most of us have. I'm saying most, including me at times, is that we don't have a strong enough why. We want to make 6-figure income. Why you want to do it? Well, because it sounds good. That's not enough. That's not enough. Because I'm telling you, one of the boxers, I can't think of his name, Tyson. Tyson says, because when you get punched in the mouth, that's when the true character comes out. And are you going to be willing to go through that in order to get your objective? So talk a little bit more about how important that why is. Bespoke Human Potential Coaching sponsors this show. Bespoke helps CEOs, founders, and entrepreneurs get rid of those blind spots that they've been carrying around since childhood. So if you're stuck and have some blocks, click the link below for your clarity call or scan the QR code if you're on video. Let's get rid of those blind spots. Now back to the interview.
So very important. So the first year when I made $12,000, I had a why that I just wanted to be with Tom. And I got that. I achieved that. We were together 24/7 for the first year. So there was no income or anything attached to it. But it drove me to keep getting back up when business knocked me down. But year 2, I had something bigger. I was about to have my heart outside of me in my son. And when I really was able to solidify the depth of the why, what do I want and why do I want it? And it didn't just become about me. It became so much more about everybody around me, how I would impact them. And I didn't really understand it until I became a mum, because before it was just why I want to earn this because it'll be cool. But now it was, I want this amount of money so I can support, I can love, I can be present, I can be the mother I want to be, I can conceptualize and I can become her. And with that, I can be there for my friends when they pick up the phone and go, Kaitlyn, I need you. I can drop and go and be there because I don't have that. Like, I created a world beyond just the number. And when you're wanting to create something new, the why is what's going to invoke that emotion, that energy within you. And it's that energy that creates momentum and compounding effect to keep going. If you don't know why you're doing something, you can't conceptualize it in your head. And if you cannot tangibly see it, you cannot find it because you don't know what it is you're looking for.
Absolutely.
So the why invokes that emotion, that energy, the momentum to keep moving. And it's not a push, it's a pull. You've got to do it. You've got to keep going forward. And the self-doubt gets quieter in those moments because your why is louder. And it matters more the why than anything else.
Wow. So now when you're taking the client through this process, the clearing and teaching them how to daily clear, and I think that's one of the things that most people don't understand, is that when we are manifesting, when we are actually reaching our objectives and our goals in life, is not a one-time thing. You know, sometimes clients want to come to me and says, okay, Curtis, wave your magic wand and hocus pocus and I'm done and I don't have to do anything else. No, share with them exactly. You know, I think in Kalia in the Science of Grit and Rich, he says that the thinking part of manifesting is the most laborious part of what we do. So kind of share with them what it is to kind of condition that new behavior.
So the way I look at it, and I got into manifestation in this world after being an analyst and a strategist my entire life. So for me to emerge into this new world of manifestation, the universe, law of attraction, I had to strategize and analyze part of it so it could make sense in my head. So the way that it works for me is I'm like, cool, we have on average 60,000 thoughts a day. Right. And of that, 95 to 98% is our subconscious, meaning we're ruled by the majority of what we don't know. So we just need to bring that to an awareness, to a known. And that's where the power of change comes in. So for me, what I find so powerful is you want to do 2 things in a day. You want to be the person you want to become. So you want to feel it in your body. You want to visualize it. You can conceptualize it. Because that's what you're moving towards, that person who's resilient, who gets back up. But you also want to let go of this version of you that hasn't got what you want because you're ready to evolve to something new. So that looks like write down your goal and what's that thought that's stopping you. And that thought sometimes just might be as easy as you'll never get there. Well, is that ultimately true? Well, no, it's not ultimately true. You'll never know that. So what is more true? Okay, you're going to get there. Cool. Do you feel better? Do you feel marginally better in your body? Yes, I do. Cool, that's it. Other days it might be you're not enough, you're not worthy. There's these deep-seated beliefs that require more shifting and evolving and moving and forgiveness work. When you forgive yourself and others, oh my God, it's such a beautiful clearing because you literally make space to create. You make space to become the person you want to be, who is driven by your why. And so it's a really beautiful constant evolution where it doesn't take long. If you just hold a vision of who you want to be for 90 seconds, that is so much more powerful than doing nothing else. If you just do that for 90 seconds, that is rewiring your thoughts, your brain, to actually become the person you're wanting to be, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So you want to fake it a little bit and release a little bit. Fake who you're becoming, release it. So then your brain's like, oh my God, that's already who you are.
Right.
And you'll act as if in the moment. And that's where the change happens.
Wow. That's powerful. It's really, really good, Kaitlyn. How can people get in touch with you? What you want to offer the audience today?
I've actually, for the first time ever, I am launching a group coaching. And I have always been scared of this. And this is something that has been honestly called to my heart for so long. And I've gone, no, I'll just do this. And now I'm just like, I turned 35 in Feb, and I was like, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? So I'm officially, for the first time ever, launching a group coaching, and it's called Align to Rise. It's all about simplifying to get from 6 to 7 figures. And I am so super excited. So you can find out more about that on my Instagram or my LinkedIn. And my Instagram is kaitlyncook.co. My LinkedIn is Kaitlyn Cook Biz, or my YouTube as well, where I put all free information about how to start, grow, and scale a business, is Grow with Kaitlyn.
Yeah, beautiful. Kaitlyn, what can you leave with us today? I mean, I want to talk to you more, but I'm just kind of absorbing what you're currently giving us this morning. What can you leave with us today?
Something I feel like I want to say to the audience today.
Okay.
Is no one will ever be more mean to you than you are to yourself when you didn't go after what it is that you wanted. But also, you get to be your own cheerleader. So when it gets a bit noisy, when people start saying things, if you're on the road to entrepreneurship and you're like, is this all it's meant to be? Oh my God, I thought it was going to be easier than this. You're meant for more. And the people who are meant for more means they're challenged, they're tested, they're expanded, their resilience is increased. Doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It means you're expanding, you're moving, you're growing. You're learning how to hold things like you haven't before. So just keep walking the path. Keep taking the actions. Keep doing your daily things, daily practices. And know that you're doing this because somebody needs exactly what it is that you have to offer. So keep showing up for them and show up for you.
How powerful. I mean, Kaitlyn, this is not the last conversation that you and I are going to have. Not at all. And because what you have shared with me over the last couple of days we've been together has meant much more than you probably will ever know. As a coach, sometimes people come into your life for different reasons, different seasons, and they come exactly when you need it most. And for me, that's what happened between me and you, for me personally. And, I was sharing with you my journey, and I know the power of manifestation. I've manifested things in my life that if I told people what happened, they'll never believe it. And then you have too. And so just thank you for renewing the fire within me so that I can be the best version of myself, so that I can give. And just, the whole idea, I think it's this energy that we have, that we share with individuals. And sometimes you want it more than they want it, but they have to want it, and you have the tools to help them do it. So, this has been powerful for me. And there's so much more, guys. I'm telling you, go to her site. She has a couple of different programs on her site, too, that you might want to take advantage of. I'm going to personally talk to her once we finish the podcast, because she's been a light for me personally. And it's the whole idea, and I think you'll agree, Kaitlyn, is that our goal, my highest value, number one, I think we share it with, is my highest value is connection from the heart. And my next number two value is helping others, meaning like my job is to help you transform your life, because I believe that you have all the resources within you to be the best version of yourself. That's what I truly believe.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to share? I hate for this to end. I really do.
I want to honor you, and I have had the most wonderful week connecting with you. That's why I love being a business owner and having platforms where you can meet people you would have never met before. And I want to honor you, and everything you do is because you want to be better for your audience, for your customers, for your wife. Like, there's such a selflessness about what it is that you're ultimately wanting. So I love that about you. And it's just been beautiful. It's been a really lovely conversation. I've honestly enjoyed myself so much, and just being able to go into the depth of it, where people normally just go, oh yeah, you made that amount of money, that's awesome. But it's so beyond that. That doesn't matter. It's who I became, and you allowed me to open that up. Who I became in that, which instilled the belief that I can become whoever it is I desire to be, and so can everybody else. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again, Kaitlyn, for being on the show today. And also thank you guys for listening, and I hope that you got as much out of this that I have. And if you didn't, go back and listen to it again. And like I said, reach out to her on her social media links, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube, all of those places. Go out and find her. All of her links will be below that you can just click through. Because for me, I truly believe, I want you to, just what I want to leave you guys with is that I truly believe that true success comes from when you embrace what I've coined as what we call the legit mindset. What is the legit mindset? Legit mindset means that we're learning, we're growing, expanding, and transforming. And what Kaitlyn shared with us today is an opportunity to kind of look at what we're going through, learn from it, grow from it, so that we can expand. Because in order for us to have a bigger pot, we got to empty some of the stuff that's in it that no longer serves us. And even for me this morning, I call this day, I don't know when it's going to air, but I call this day my cleansing day, my spiritual and mental cleansing day, where I'm saying, okay, let me get rid of all the things that no longer serve me, and let me focus on the thing that's most important to me. That's number one is me. It's like, the old saying is, when you get on an airplane, the stewardess say, hey, if just so happened this plane start to fall, a little mask might fall down. Be sure to put it on you first, and then put it on the person next to you. And so in order for me to help you, I needed to take the mask and put it on me so that now I can help you. And that's what it's all about. So thank you again. You guys, today's episode, if it resonates with you, like I said before, reach out to Kaitlyn. If I resonate with you, because the thing about it is there is so much energy out there and so many people that can help you. My job and my hope is that you just get help. So if Kaitlyn resonates with you, please reach out to her, because there's so much out there that there's a passage in the Bible, and I'll close with this. There's a passage in the Bible that says, God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all we ask or think. And then a passage above that, it says, he doesn't, or the universe doesn't, if you don't believe in God, the universe or the source doesn't bless us out of abundance. He blesses us according to abundance. What does that mean? That means that there's so much energy out there, and it's continuing to renew. It can never be depleted. So there's no competition. So please reach out to her or reach out to me. If you have some blind spots, if something is holding you back, please use the link below. Schedule your clarity call with me. I'm just a guy, just like you are, who put their pants on or whatever you put on every day and want to live a better life. So if you feel unstuck and you don't want to reach your full potential together, reach out to me. Once again, guys, I'm Curtis McCullom. Make it a great day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the show.